Welcome back to FM21 Redemption, where another international team, this time the Netherlands, have made us an offer to take over as head coach. £67,000 a week this time. We've turned it down. We're not considering international jobs, although there are plenty of jobs out there at the moment, which we'll show you in this episode. But we're also back for an important game. We'll bring you up to date in our league form, but we're also playing our final Champions League group stage game tonight. The question is there anything riding on it? So here is the job market. We're in the run-up to January. Lots of chairmen have got twitchy and sacked their manager. There's a lot of decent clubs out there, but perhaps not the one that's jumped out at me at the moment. A couple of Premier Division jobs. We've got a Bundesliga job at Mönchengladbach. We've got one in La Liga at Osasuna. We've got a job in Greece. We've got a job in Turkey. We've got an obscure opportunity in Belgium. It's a decent old wage budget, this one. But they wanted to prioritise signing Japanese players. Now, I don't have the Japanese database added on, so I don't think there'll be that many in game. They haven't managed to sign one so far, so I think that will be a no. There's some Serie B jobs, but no Serie A jobs currently in Italy, and only one top division job in the Netherlands as well. So the job that has piqued my interest has not cropped up yet, but we're going to keep an eye out in January, February, March time, just to see if we might be able to negotiate a deal that would set us up for the end of the season. However, we should probably concentrate on this campaign now. Let's show you the league form and how we've been doing in the Champions League as well. So we have our final group stage game against Stuttgart this evening. In our last episode, we brought you the first of our group stages game where we performed heroics, getting a 1-1 draw with Liverpool. In that time, well, league form has been a little bit more disappointing than the European form. 2 draws and 2 defeats in that time. It's not terrible form, but the teams that we have dropped points against, we're a little bit unhappy about. So after Liverpool, we got a 1-0 win against Metz, a 3-0 victory over Angers, but then a 1-1 draw against Strasbourg. And well, we were behind in this game and had to come back chasing it. A little bit disappointing. But then we went out to Germany. A 2-0 victory against Stuttgart let me know that we were in with a real chance of qualifying from this Champions League group, and so it has proved. We put 6 goals past Dynamo Kiev. We went out to Ukraine and got a 1-0 victory there. And then we were 2-0 up at Anfield and managed to get another draw against one of the most powerful teams in Europe. I'm not proud of either of the goals that we scored. They were kick and rush goals, both of them assisted by our defenders, lumping the ball forward. And we persisted with Larsen Pleen playing against Liverpool to try and make use of his pace. And it worked, not just once where we took a first half lead, but it worked a second time in the 38th minute. We lumped it forward once more. And he did exactly the same thing again. He went through one-on-one, slotted past the Liverpool keeper. But even at 2-0, we weren't excited because, well, as you can see, we barely registered a shot all game. Liverpool laid siege to us for virtually 90 minutes, and we could not hold on. Eventually, they got an equaliser. Disappointing, though. We couldn't get the ball clear. Pretty sure it's Dubois that smashed it against a Liverpool player. It ricocheted to Ukulele Balde, and he was able to tuck home. Having been 2-0 up, I did have dreams of beating Liverpool, but it means that we are actually ahead of Liverpool at the top of the table in this group, only on goal difference, and they're playing Kiev today, so they've got a great chance to rack up some goals. And I tell you what, for a first Champions League campaign, that is not a bad little effort. Then, let's get back to this league form, because we beat FC Nantes, but we lost 2-1 to Lorient. And do you know what? We didn't deserve anything from this game. Look at the XG that Lorient were able to try and amass. It was a poor performance all round. We followed it up with another defeat, by the way. We lost to Lille, who were at the time top of the table. They've fallen away a little bit now, but again, We did not play well. Lille weren't great either. We did shade the match stats, but I don't think either side really deserved to score in this game. Since then, though, we've not suffered any more defeats. We've beat Caen 2-1. We've beat Ram 3-2. We've beat Le Havre 3-0. We've beat Nice 5-0. And this was playing slightly different formation to usual, just to try and galvanise the team back into life. Allegations that I've moved back to a 4-4-2 are desperately wide of the mark. This is a 4-3-2-1. Honest. And when you look at the goals we scored against Liverpool, I don't want any accusations that we're back to playing the kick and rush football. The only disappointment is that in the game against Marseille, we weren't able to find the breakthrough to keep our good run up. We played our 4-3-2-1 formation and we edged the match stats. We probably should have been in the lead, but we then had Carvot injured and, well, it meant that we were trying to find players to fill in over on the right wing a little bit. It stunted our attacking threat and we couldn't find the breakthrough. And in our most recent game, well, we beat Montpellier 1-0. Which means that the Ligue 1 table is looking like this. We're currently sat 4th. We're only a couple of points behind Lyon in that final Champions League pace. We're a little bit further behind Paris Saint-Germain and Monaco, who are setting quite the pace at the top of the table. We're lagging behind them by 5 points. We're not even at the halfway point yet. So there's a chance to drag ourselves back into contention. But for the first time, we are finding it pretty difficult balancing the amount of league fixtures we've got with our Champions League commitment as well. We've got a lot of injured players. We've got a lot of very unfit players, which means we've got some selection dilemmas ahead of today's encounter with Stuttgart. So if we show you all the players that are unavailable for today's game, you'll see we're struggling to make a bench. Labate has picked up a 3-month injury. Ben Yeda's been out. Grachev is out. Carvot is out. Kyrgyzstan is suspended. We've got Infamara BA struggling for fitness. We've got Lansana Bar struggling for fitness. Morten Sturvold needs a good old rest. It means that we are without maybe 7 or 8 players that you might even want starting this game. It means we're actually going to make some tweaks to our formation for today's game. Just because of the personnel we've got available, we're going to be dragging old Hartman in here to play as a number 10. And we're going to move Larson Pleam up front to make a 2-man strike force with Al Blushi. We're going to have to put some pretty tired players on the bench. We have already qualified. We're not relying on a result here to get through to the Champions League knockout stages. But if we could win it and maybe outscore Liverpool, you never know. We could be finishing top of our Champions League group by the end of the evening. Okay, we're underway. Packed stadium for this, by the way, and we're a little bit patched up. We've made those tweaks to our formation, so it's a 5-2-1-2. A little bit narrow. We're going to be relying a lot on our fullbacks to try and get some width into our play. But if we could beat Stuttgart today, well, you never know what might happen in the Liverpool game. If we come top of this group, then that's 2 places higher than I was anticipating when this group stage was drawn. I didn't think we had a chance of matching Liverpool. I wasn't really very confident of finishing above Stuttgart, given just how much money is available to Bundesliga clubs. I thought they would be very strong, but we beat them 2-0 out in Germany. Granted, they had a lot of chances in that game. We were a little bit fortunate. But we took ours in that fixture, so we were pretty pleased with that. And we've made a decent-ish start to this game. Still encouraging enough of a start. 6 shots early on. An XG of almost 1 already. And we're not even at the 12-minute mark yet. We've won the ball back. Al Blushi, who has been blowing a little bit cold recently. We could do with a performance from him. Larson Pleam has been playing much better than him. 2 goals against Liverpool for a sub-zero hero. He's also bagged a couple in the league. The boy loves European competition, though. He was a hero in the Conference League when we were at Trumpsdalen. We have stepped up to the Champions League, and this boy has shown He can score goals at this level. He's put us 1-0 up and we've thrown the ball out to Giaria. We're in again. Larson Pleam again. He's tucked another one away. 20 minutes we're coming up to. This guy is becoming more and more dangerous. I think he's still only 18 years old. Probably got 5 more years of developing his attributes. How great would it be to carry on working with Larson Pleam potentially later on in this adventure? We've not made our minds up yet that we're definitely leaving at the end of the season. I think a lot of that might be dictated by how this season goes. You never know. We might leave it in a state where we feel like we might want a year or 2 more at Toulouse, or maybe even turn it into a longer term adventure, or we might feel that maybe after this season we've done all we can do with a smaller French club only signing players that are French and under the age of 23, and we want an adventure elsewhere. We're 3-0 up now though. I can see the Liverpool score has popped up as well. They're winning 2-0 against Dynamo Kiev, so I think that means that we are now 2 goals ahead of them at the top of the table, even though we are tied on points. So their game must be underway as well. But 3-0 at half-time would be... that's going to be a good result, isn't it? We've got Mensah. We've got Giria. Can we prize one last chance? One last opening? We're looking like we're going the wrong way at the moment. We've gone long again. Larson Pleam, Hartman. Oh, we tried to dink Al-Blouchi in. And instead we're being countered on. We've got to win the ball back. We've got a minute just over to half time. It's a long old highlight. This normally means a good chance or even a goal is coming. 3-1 at half time is not going to look quite as glossy. Thankfully we've won it back, and here he goes. This is the pace we've put into the team. He sealed his hat-trick. Goodness me, this is why we're starting the boy. He's the only attacking option we have that provides us that injection of pace. Lansana Bar is quickish. He's 14 pace, 15 acceleration. Larson Pleam is faster than that. I think his acceleration is 17. And he has put us 4-0 up. Liverpool still 2-0 up. We've got a cushion of 3 goals as things stand. We could pull this off. We would be topping a Champions League group in our debut Champions League campaign. We're in for another highlight though. And it's not us that's attacking until Dubois wins the ball. Surely not another chance. Although Larson Pleam is free in the middle, you know, he's there. Oh, and the goalie's made a great save. Larson Pleam could have had 5 in this first half. He has played his little Norwegian socks off. And at half time, we're going to actually pump the fists and say, no, hands on hips and say, we're pretty happy with that. 4-0 up at half time means the game's probably going to finish 4-2. You don't have 2 good halves in Football Manager. However, we're just going to check on the fitness of some very tired legs and then get out there for the second period. Okay, back underway. Chan is the man that I think we're going to look to replace pretty soon. He's very, very tired. Often the half-time break gives them a little boost in their fitness, but not for Chan. He's back on that iron lung that he was using in the last game. And Stuttgart have come out and started the half strongly. We've only got 2 men in that central midfield. And we need a little bit of energy. So if we can nurse Chan to the 60-minute mark, I think we will save him for another day, because he's probably our most important player. There he is, pulling all the strings out there. Al-Blouchi, finally, the big man is back on target. And at 5-0, it means Liverpool need to win their game 7-0 as things stand to finish above us in the group. Not even Liverpool could do that, could they? By the way, what a finish that is from Al-Blouchi. He has hit an absolute missile into the top corner. We're racing to 60 minutes. We've got one more highlight. Then we've got Chan that needs to come off. We've got Larson Pleam. We've got Hartman. We've got Del Mar. All looking to be replaced. Here is Hartman. Here is Larson Pleam. That's a chance for goal number 6. You would say he should probably have scored more than the hat-trick that he's got, I think. Oh, Bluchy goes in at the near post, and I think we are ready to make a change or two. We'll see you back out there for the final 30 minutes. We're into highlight mode again. Have we got another goal in us? Before the end, we're on the ball. It's Paddy Dubois. He sent Al Bluchy away. He's got Larson Pleam who, well, he just wants to give the ball to somebody else. Now Larson Pleam is breathing out of his socks. We've got fullback Giaria. He's got the ball to Paddy Dubois. Is he going to let fly? He has. Their goalie looks like he's saved it once, saved it twice, pushed it onto the crossbar. And Paddy Dubois is denied. Here's Hartman now. You feel like Larson Pleam deserves a 4th goal. I know that probably sounds a little greedy. Liverpool are 5-0 up, by the way. They only need 2 more, I think. Did they get them right at the end? What was the Liverpool score? We're pretty pleased with what we did there. How is the table looking? We're top of it. We are top of it. Liverpool finished 5-0 in the end, so we've won it by just the 1 goal. But we've topped our Champions League group. We're doing okay in the league. We're doing even better in Europe. I'm very interested to see who we get drawn against in this first knockout stage. You never know. If the draw is kind, we might be able to go just one more stage in Europe. If we could make a Champions League quarter-final, that's got to be further FM21 Redemption in my book.